Yeah, I see it as simply meditation.
Mm-hmm. And keeping that state of mind. Hey, Pascal.
Mhm.
What
What do
also
you need?
came to me now, sorry, Kurtis.
Take it, take it.
What also came to me now was that there's so much of the heart that one drops into in presence, in full presence. I'm finished, Jess.
I was just going to ask you to speak to the pause.
Mm. Well, the pause for me, the pause when I can remember to pause, I'm immediately stepping into a different space in my head and body. I mean, as if my head is separate from my body. But so there's alignment. That's the first step of alignment when I pause. And that is then the next step into presence. And that's when the body softens because it doesn't have to struggle with the disalignment, as it were. And then everything that there is in a moment is facilitated in the awareness, or the awareness of everything that there is facilitated. So pause is like a gateway. And you can go in and see what's on the other side of your impatience. Not only of you, but of the other person that you might be dealing with, or the situation that you might be dealing with. And also, it also is the gateway to imagination and the field. And so the gateway to possibilities.
Thank you.
Thank you. So it opened up my perception of the pause, became a much larger experience than what I first realized that it was.
Oh, it's interesting that you're talking about this morning because this morning I got in the truck and then like I was like, because usually I just do a breath work. And I was like, let's do something different. And then I read like Susan Giesman book yesterday, and what came to mind, it was like her bless me method. So bless me means like it's an acronym to say breathe, lift, expand, surrender, shift, merge, and engage. So anyway, so I was watching listening to the video of her, and then I get a phone call from the other beat because I'm kind of split driver. So the other beat, and then like I'm about halfway, and I'm like getting pretty deep in my meditation, let's say. And I'm like, hello? He's like, you actually grabbed the wrong book. You know, we have book and like we have the list of all our addresses and stuff, right? So I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, oh no. So that was like, well, I'm here, right? So you can come on over. It's not very far, right? So but then like I'm like, well, I can't start that again. You know, it's too long, blah, 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 right? So I'm like, okay, so I give him the book and then like he left. And she's got another practice. It's called Sip of the Divine for people that have a hard time to meditate. And it's 3 minutes long. And her video was 10 minutes. So I was like, I never listened to it. So is my pause. So it's basically a pause of 3 minutes. And Sip of the Divine, like it's the acronym for sit in peace. And very simply, you take 3 full breaths, you know, vagal breath. And then you put the intention to connect with a higher consciousness. And you simply say like, what do I know? What do I need to know right now? And then you just sit in there, right? And yeah, it was just really interesting. You talk about pause, and so
those are beautiful practices, Pascal. No wonder you love the book so much.
Yeah.
Did you get some downloads, Pascal?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't get much. But like, it's not about
that's the first time you've said it, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not about getting something. It's about the process itself.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was doing this process and with a group of Magnetic Mind girls the other day, and they were saying like you see like a metaphor or a symbol or something like that, and I just wasn't seeing anything, and I'm thinking, you know, and that's what you were talking about there. So I was just so intrigued to find out if you'd got like a little download or something that you needed to know right now.
Oh, no, but like to me, like sometimes it doesn't come up as like a message or like right away. But then I open my YouTube and the first video will be like, oh my God. Right? Right there. Right? So
yeah.
So you just gotta, you know, pay attention to
be present.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
present with everything. You know, it can be on the sign from the road.
Mhm.
Be like, be present. Be like,
Mhm.
yeah, there you go. Right? Or it can be so simple, but so powerful for yourself.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because yeah, I mentioned I finished a book. Yes, 2 days ago, and then now it's she's got tons of practices in there that like I'm gonna start doing. Put the intention out
They
there.
sound
Yeah.
they sound really inviting,
Mm,
I would say, and expansive.
yeah. Or even just like, in the bless me method, like breathe, like the three breath
Mhm.
or whatever. You can do 10 breath if you want, whatever. And then lift, like she wanted to put raise your frequency, but like, it didn't work with her acronym, so she used lift. And
Mm.
you can lift as, just be in gratitude, right?
Mhm.
And that will lift you. Just that, and then like expand it's,
Mm.
knowing that you're not just the body. You can expand that field, expand much, much further. And just these three, you could just do that. And then you're like, I feel so blessed, right?
Mhm.
I got a smart mosquitoes in the truck.
Oh.
Like I keep opening the windows both sides, and it's pretty windy here. And then like he just hides like in the corner. And then like when the windows are up, like it just flies in between the window, like not in between, but like in the middle of the window. And as soon as I rise down, he just like drops down. Damn smart ones. Mm. I'm curious, Sally, like what have you been up to?
Oh man. I didn't know how I
Mhm.
managed to attract the super conscious sisterhood into my life, but I have. And it's 5 girls from Magnetic Mind that have come together and created this. And they launched it last week. And I don't know, I was on a call with this girl. And before I know it, I'm signed up for the Super Conscious Sisterhood. I'm so excited. I've done 3 recodes this week already.
Mm. It's
So,
called
yeah,
Super Conscious
Super Conscious Sisterhood.
Sisterhood. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's four or five women and they're all around the world. There's one girl's from Costa Rica, and there's 2 in Australia, one in the UK, I think. So yeah, it's really exciting.
Mm.
Mhm.
Guilt
And
someone, I can't
what's
remember
that
their name.
about? Like what?
So they're basically teaching Chris's work, like the magnetic mind.
Okay.
So yeah, it's amazing. We done like lenses. We've done lenses on Monday, and I was never a fan of lenses, I'll be honest. But I got up
Mm.
and done it, and it was actually quite powerful. It was with a girl called Bri or Bree.
Mhm.
She's an Australian girl that she lives on Magnetic Island. I was on a call with her afterwards and we were telling each other where we live.
She lives
And
on
she
the
says, like,
magnetic island.
I kid you not. That's where she lives. She lives on Magnetic Island, and it is literally a little island off Cairns in the north of Australia. I'm like, no way. I was like, you totally manifested that. And she's
And
really
she's
young.
on Chris Street.
Yeah, yeah. Her and 4 other girls have got together and created this. It's amazing. So I'm looking forward to spending the next year with these girls, and you're like, yeah, really good.
That's good.
Mm.
And yeah, just living life. The winter's hit, Pascal, so it's feeling a bit cold here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the opposite of us, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
you guys are getting into winter.
sure is.
Mhm.
Can't call the Southern Hemisphere winter.
Yeah, my husband, he's over in Melbourne just now, and it was like 4 degrees this morning. He phoned me. He says it's the coldest he's been in the 15 years. He says, I feel like I'm in Scotland. Oh, God love him. I'm glad we didn't emigrate to Melbourne. Oh.
Yeah, thanks for
West is
sharing. Mm.
West is definitely best.
I would say so. I like the west of Canada.
Mm.
Is that where you are, Pascal? Are you in Canada?
Mm-hmm.
I've got a guy in Canada building me a website and a funnel. I thought he was American. I've been speaking to him all this time, and I was thinking he's American. He's actually Canadian.
Okay.
Oh.
Whereabouts?
Well, I don't really know too much about him. I'm just learning about his business and stuff, but he seems a really nice guy. I'll keep you posted on that.
Mm. I probably won't know him though.
No.
Hey, I'm from Canada. I know everybody.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, like when you go on the trip and then like you found out that, oh, you're from Canada. And like it's almost like you become best friends, because like you're from the same country. But
Oh,
like,
yes.
on day to day, like if you meet them, you would be like,
Yep.
so,
Mm.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's so true. That's so true. We were when we immigrated, and you attract people of the same nationality of you, and some of them are like absolutely crazy from the craziest parts of Glasgow, and I'm like, no, not going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because
Ellie,
we have something in common, right?
yeah. Ellie, I know that you've been in Bali, and I was wondering if you could give us a sentence or a word to describe some of your experience there.
What was transformational? It really was.
Mm.
It was very peaceful and vibrant, and the colours, the greenery in Bali was just beautiful. The rice fields. Oh. I closed my eyes and you can just see green, and it was just the most lush green rice fields for miles ahead. It was just beautiful.
Mhm.
What about the sounds?
Mm.
The sound of Bali. You know, I think of motorbikes. There's the craziest people drive motorbikes in Bali. I was absolutely shocked when I went to Bali to see how they drive. They're so courteous of each other. Don't get me wrong, everybody's so courteous of each other, but they literally just pull out in front of big buses. And like there was this little moped, and there was a whole family on this moped, the mum, the dad, the little boy, the little girl on the front, and then a baby, an actual baby. I kid you not, Alison, I couldn't look. I was like in the taxi or I was in the back of the bus, and I would sit with my head down because I literally couldn't watch this happening in front of me.
Mm.
So that's
Yeah,
the sound.
I've seen the same thing in Thailand. Like the whole
Yeah,
family on
imagine.
like one little moped,
Yeah,
Mm.
plus their grocery
Yeah.
bag, you know.
yeah. And when Chris Duncan said he lost his friend who lived in Bali on a motorbike accident, I see. They asked me when I
Oh.
took my travel insurance out, did I want motorbike insurance? I was like, nope, no, thank you. I'll not be getting on one of them.
Mm. I also had a friend who had a bad accident on them. But I mean, she was also, you know, she got there on the first day she was driving on this thing, and I didn't think that was very wise. You go to a foreign country, you kind of get to know the territory a little bit first, right?
Mm. Yeah, for sure.
But I was very sad for her because it really spoiled her whole time there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I got to try Kundalini yoga when I was in Bali. That was an experience.
Mm.
Kundalini yoga.
Yeah, have you ever tried that? Have any of you tried that?
I've
No
only
takers?
done very little of it, but it's very powerful.
It's
Yeah,
like
and I've heard
man.
they've got really good yoga. They've got really good yoga teachers there.
Yeah, yeah. It was really powerful
Mm.
stuff.
Mm.
So is it combining like the breath with poses, or it's
It
kind
was
of
more
sitting
breath work.
meditation?
It was
More breath
more
work.
it was
Mm.
more breath work. Like we done this
Mm.
breath work thing for see when the lady said 30 minutes we were gonna do this breath work. I can't remember what she called it, breath of fire, I think she called it. Well, and
Oh yeah,
Mm.
she must have seen me roll my
Mm.
eyes. I kid you not, guys. She's seen me roll my eyes because I thought 30 minutes, how am I gonna do that? But
for 30
somehow
minutes?
30 minutes.
You're
Maybe it wasn't
insane?
maybe it wasn't breath of fire, but it sure felt like it, Pascal.
Well, is it like, do you exhale from the nose and you just let it in? Because that
No,
would be
you do
breath
it through the
fire.
mouth.
Oh, through the mouth. So
It
then
was
that's
through the mouth.
not breath or fire.
Shallow
That's
breaths.
not breath fire. Yeah.
It was
It
shallow
might be
breaths.
shamanic
That was
breathing,
it.
or
Well done.
yeah,
That was it. That's it.
yeah,
Shamanic something. I
But
got a
they
whole
also, but
leaflet
that's
of
also that
it.
it's also what they call holotropic breath, which is what they do in the 9D. Hey, Pascal.
Well, holotropic is like, it's really just like, you just gotta breathe faster than your normal breathing, right? But you can breathe from the nose, you can breathe from the mouth, you breathe whatever you want. But like, it's
The
holotropic,
holo
I think it's a lot about the music too. What I've done
no
anyway.
no
No?
that's that's your 9D. The original holotropic breath. It was Stanislav Graf, I think, that
Right. Yeah.
developed it. I don't think he had music with his originally. It was just the breath. And
Oh no, it's just
it's
the one I've
vigorous.
done, I think. Yeah. But it's long.
Yeah.
You know, you'll do it for like
Very long.
well, like a small session would be an hour
An hour.
and 15 minutes.
That's
That would
right.
be a small session, but people go for like 3 hours,
Mm,
you
I
know?
know.
Yeah, like this guy that I was doing breath work with, yeah, he includes like it was kind of a shamanic music with it. And that was
Yeah.
extremely powerful for sure.
Yeah. I find the music helps enormously. I don't think I could do an hour of holotropic breath on its own.
Yeah, I was really struggling at that retreat because it was every morning at 7 o'clock. And
Mm.
I
It
mean,
was your
some of it
morning
was,
coffee.
yeah, and it was quite a lot, but did get a lot out of it though. And like one of the
Yeah.
facilitators there, she was really spiritual and really connected to like source. So she was like I want to call her some sort of leader, if that makes sense. I don't know what, maybe psychic counselor. I think that's what our business is. But she had messages for us all from people. She was like, "Do you want to ask us a question, or do you just want what comes to me?" And some of the things that she was saying that was coming to her from every woman in the group was really quite, what's the word, like accurate and like spooky and like warm and loving at the same time.
That's a
It was
good
good.
mix.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
There was one lady, and it turned out it was the Nan, and the first thing that came out of Rebecca's mouth was a pearl's coming at me. I can see a pearl. And then after she went through this whole spiel and gave her our message, the lady who got the message was like, "Yeah, her name was Pearl." I was like, really?
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh.
What are we talking about? I just had a call from Norway.
Oh, we were talking about Norway.
Oh, it's cold.
What's going
Cold and
down in
rainy
Norway? Fill us in.
What's going down, right?
What's going down?
Nope, Norway is up. So what's going up?
Oh. Well, when you come down the mountain, it's what's come down, right?
Well, compared to Denmark, everything is going up. Denmark only has 176 meters above the sea level at its maximum.
Oh, wow.
So, Ellie, I really appreciated your word transformational.
Yeah, it was, because it was such a good mix.
Mm.
You know, it's the first time I'd really been away from the family, from the kids as well, and my husband for so long.
Yeah.
So it really was, because I think I nearly tipped my husband over the edge leaving him with my kids for 5 days. And then like when I got back, and he kind of come out of his house, he was like, "I really do appreciate everything you do for us." I was like, "Oh, I'll take that." I love him.
What are the words for today? Transformational is one.
Transformational is one. Pause or impatience or another two. Pascal, what's your word?
I haven't got one
phrase.
yet.
Okay. Jesse, have you got one?
Not yet.
Oh, there you are, Heinz.
So yours was pause.
And patience.
Pause and patient. Oh.
And presence. Yeah, I had three. Pause, patience. No. Patience. God, What order did I have it in?
You had
Pause,
patience.
patience,
Okay.
and presence. Yeah.
And what was Jesse's?
He doesn't know yet.
Oh,
He
okay.
doesn't have one
So
yet.
we have two unknown yet.
Mhm. And what is
Yeah.
yours?
Well, I just
Tell
got
me
here, but
Norway.
He's a
my word would be being.
Bean.
Yeah.
Mm.
being. Ah. I really like that phrase that you brought in, Pascal, of bless me.
Oh, the acronym.
I was yeah, the acronym. I was listening last night to a Buddhist psychologist. His name is Chris Gurma. And I'm very drawn to his work. And he was talking about the way in which people sometimes expand in their growth through trauma.
Mhm.
And what he was pointing out was that you need two different windows of meditation work when you are facilitating either your own recovery or a client's recovery. And the one is mindfulness, which brings a lot of focus on awareness.
Yeah.
And in presence, of course. And the other, which is actually what's needed initially, and then you intertwine the two, is self-compassion. And then he was talking about what self-compassion is composed of. So when you brought the acronym, and and that it's a guide to a process, for me it fit beautifully with what he was saying. Because usually when we think about self-compassion, we only think about kindness. And it's not only kindness that's needed. It's also methodical action, but in safety.
Yeah, and unfortunately, some people who experience trauma don't want to work through it. They just want to forget it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And that's the avoiding, right?
Yeah. And that will backfire sometimes later in life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does. It really does. And he brought up that saying, what you resist will persist.
Mhm.
It's like a garden where you just leave the weeds and don't look at them. Well, they're still gonna grow if you don't look at them.
Mm.
My word is expand.
Mm.
That's a great word.
Mm. Pascal, won't you remind me, please? The two S's, what do they stand for in bliss?
Surrender
Ah,
and then shift.
and shift. Mm. And me is merge and engage.
M is merge and engage. Yeah.
Okay.
So breathe, lift, uh,
And
yeah, expand. My word of the day, and I don't remember. Funny enough, right?
yeah,
Surrender,
then
shift, merge,
surrender,
and engage.
shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so clever.
Yeah, she said it was given by her guides,
Yeah, it's
or
really good. Really.
call it the team of light or something, or something like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And what came to me now was how, because I like this acronym so much because it gives steps of action, right? And so what I was thinking about was I would call it a step ladder. And then I thought, well, that's a nice term also to use in as a metaphor for what or for how our stepping stones become our step ladders. So every time we go into what is keeping us stuck, which often at the base of it is some kind of fear. And every time you face that, you've got a stepping stone, takes you to another territory. And after a while, you can form a ladder from them. It's just, I suppose, it's just the image that comes with ladder that you're going up higher and higher.
Yeah. And you
And
can
how that
only
expands.
go as high as you go low.
Oh, very good.
So, I think it's Tara Arnold was talking about that. Like, if you see some abundance in your life, but like you feel it's not enough, then go in the feeling of the fear of not having abundance. And where does it feel it? Like really like transcend that fear first. And then it's like and then it's shooting up, right?
And what came to me with that too was the fear of having too much abundance. Right? You talk about the fear of failure, and there's also the fear of success.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting that like, you know, like Ali was talking about Kundalini yoga, and it's that runs the energy through your chakras, but they don't start from the top down. They start from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to build everything down first. Like this is where the energy is stored, in the bottom.
That's right. Yep. And when you think about the body, and you know, the 7 chakra points that we work with mostly, even though there are over 100 of them. But your root chakra is below the hara, which is the base of prana or chi. And I find that interesting too.
It's in the bottom.
Positioning.
So the hara is in the bottom of the chakras, you said?
No.
Okay.
Your root chakra is below the hara.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it resides like just below the belly button, above the groin.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing really strange about that in one way. If you take a seed,
I know, but I just
if you take a seed,
I,
the seed will make roots downward, but the
Yeah.
seed will still stay above where the roots grow, and then it will make everything upward afterward.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you look at nature, they just tell you how it is.
That's right.
So the energy point is the seed.
Yes.
And it was called what? The hara?
In yoga they talk about the hara, and in Chinese medicine they call it the Dian Qian.
The Jiangqing?
Dan or DJAN. I'm not sure about the spelling. It's Dan Qian.
Oh, the Denshin. Yeah. Yeah, they do it in Qigong. That's how they call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you said it, Pascal, it sounded like detention.
Yeah, dentition.
Yeah. I keep on thinking that today is Saturday, but I'm realizing it's Friday. and my schedule is different
Mm.
on a Saturday to it is on a Friday. I'm going to have to get going, guys. Bless you and thank you so much for this morning again.
You have a,
Have a
ble-
great day.
No, thank you.
you have a blessed day, Alison.
Thank you, Hans. You too. Bye, Jess. Thank you.
Yeah, Heinz, we talk about the para line. I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't. Hara, I think. Anybody is familiar with that?
Hare.
RE?
I don't know what it's called. I just said what you said to ask what it was, if it was Hare. But that's here.
Yeah, I thought like it was Hara, but I don't know.
Oh,
But
Hera.
anyway, yeah, it's the meditation that
Oh,
Sharon Pamela was sharing.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the same one.
Yeah, I understood what it was about, but meditation in itself, then you lose me.
Yeah. No kidding, eh?
Yeah. It's just silent and blackness with some white flimmers and some
Oh yeah.
emotions going around. I remember when Ebony took us took you guys to the spaceship. I'm pretty sure I took a left turn where I should turn right because I feel like I wound up at the sun instead.
Yeah, it depends on your intention, right?
Yeah. And I'm really not that great at, oh, they are saying we're going right. I'm gonna go left. That's definitely.
Yeah,
Nobody tells me where to go.
yeah. Let me try something else. Everybody goes right. I'm gonna go left.
Yeah, see what I'm gonna find. They found the
Yeah,
spaceship. I found the sun. Way
I found
fading in the.
blackness and spots.
It felt like I was bathing in the sun because it was hot when I was above and it was sort of cold when I dove below.
Oh yeah.
Like swimming in the sun. It's liquid, isn't it?
Mm.
So I'm looking forward to your week's holiday. A week of sun, sand, and
Well,
habla
apparently it's
español.
good. It says like it's gonna rain every day.
Oh,
So, to me, that didn't really make sense to go to Mexico right now. But uh,
the wife wants a
I just
vacation.
follow. Hey,
Yep. The wife wants a
yeah, it's
vacation
vacation. Yeah,
and
yeah.
a vacation she gets.
I mean, no matter what, that would be nice.
Yeah. It's it's out exploring.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
That's what it's all about. That's the way your mind should be going. We're gonna have a great time, then you'll have a great time.
Yeah. And I kind of I'm not a planner, and we didn't plan anything,
Mm.
nothing at all.
Then you get gonna get some great experiences because everything is a surprise.
Yeah. I mean, we know where we stay, but that's it. Now it's really tuned in, right? Like, oh, what do you feel like eating today? What do you feel like doing today?
Uh,
Right? Instead of be like, oh, okay, we got this excursion that day, we got this the next day, and and it's fine too, right? But
too much planning, then it ain't much of a vacation.
well,
It's
yeah,
you need
that's
to
just it,
do,
right?
you need to do, you need to do. Oh, we missed that. Oh, how could we miss that? That was the thing we wanted to do.
Mm,
Instead of everything you're doing is exactly what you wanted to do that at that time.
yeah, and then I don't know, like just if it would be just the two of us, we'll probably plan a bit more, right? But because with Kai, like it's gonna be like beach, walking on the street, more walking, you know, like go to a
And then
restaurant,
then sitting down, having something to eat, and then more walking.
more walking,
And then you got as far as where you go. Then you start turn around and start walking back.
start walking again.
Yeah. But it's not about the walking, it's about what you see when you're walking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Some people would say, oh, my legs are hurting. Then they're focusing on the walking instead of what's around them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny that you're talking about that because like there was one day that like yeah, like I work out or something. I can't quite remember what happened, but then I felt like I injured myself. And then I'm like, I don't think I can walk, with the dogs and stuff. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just go. And I went and usually I bring like, my phone or something, especially just with the dogs. But then I was like, no, I'm just gonna be completely present. And funny enough, at the end of the walk, like nothing was hurting anymore. You know?
Yeah, that's why they always say, oh, you need to walk it off. Walk it off.
Walk it off.
Yeah.
And it's
But it
really,
all
yeah, you hear that and it's, oh, okay. Okay. But then when you embody it, then you're like, that's what they meant, right?
yeah. It's like you said, it's all about being present. Not thinking about the walking, think about being out with the dogs.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that marathons runners don't think about their breathing because then they would go
Oh yeah.
way too far. Yeah, they focus more on something simple. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Right.
Next step, next step, next step.
Well, another interesting thing because like when I go to work, I've got about 30 minutes, 30 minutes commute. And I do breath work. And it's you're familiar with like the box breathing?
No, I'm not even familiar with breath work.
No. Do you breathe, Angs?
No, not very much. While I'm in pain
Not
right now,
usually. Not
I
usually.
catch myself when I'm in pain. Actually, I'm holding my breath. I remember to breathe. God damn it, you're gonna die from the pain if you don't breathe.
Mm. But yeah, so box breathing is like, most people will do like 4, 4, 4, 4. So 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. And then you just do cycle, right? And then you know, to me, like I go 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, right? So
How do you breathe in 15 times?
no, but I do 15 second
Seconds.
in. Yeah. You breathe
Wow.
very slow, right? You breathe very slow. And sometimes it might be like 13 or whatever. But like you hold for 15, you exhale for 15, and then you hold again for 15. And I would say like the hardest part is like the last hold when you have nothing in your lungs. And so I do that for 30 minutes, but then, you know, when my mind wander, that's when like it's extremely easy. Like I'm like, oh my God, I'm already here, right? But when I'm really focusing on the breathing, that's when I'm like, oh, oh, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think I can do that, right? So it's one breath a minute, I guess. No, not even. Yeah, it's one breath a minute. Yeah.
Well, that's only 60 breath an hour.
Yeah.
That's the same amount of heartbeats you got a minute.
But yeah, I just do it for 30 minutes. If someone is
Well,
able to do it like a full day, that would be amazing.
whoa. They walk around dizzy. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. I just feel
Well,
like, oh, what else I'm gonna be doing? So I do breath work.
they
You
are
know,
saving Mother Earth that way because they're not using as much oxygen as the rest of us.
right. That's it. That's it. I'm saving the planet.
Mm. I guess if you told the state you can get a refund on some of
Yeah. Call the
I want
government.
a refund. I only breathe 60 times a minute.
And he'd be like, so?
Well, it would be real hard to make babies then if you only breathe 60 times a minute.
Yeah, and it's to look at Kaya, how fast is he breathing still, right?
And his
It's so
heartbeat,
interesting. Yeah, his heartbeat is extremely fast.
120 a minute. So,
Yeah.
and then we got the extreme sportsman, about 40 a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess like the because like the heart is building up, then like it becomes stronger and like the heartbeat goes down, right? I don't know, right? It's like why does it go from 120 to say 70,
Yeah,
right?
probably because we grow, the heart gets bigger.
And now I'm learning that like the heart is not a pump. And you're like, what? You know, and a few doctors are coming out with that now. But it's been a little while that I kind of heard that, but
What is it then?
so it's like, well, his book is like Cosmic Heart or something. So our heart is not, well, like RJ says, I don't know if you remember, he says the heart is not part of the body.
Well, if you remove the
It's
heart, the
outside
body
of your
won't function.
body. It's outside of your body. And I'm like, what?
But if you remove the heart, the body won't function.
No, no, that's that's the first thing that developed, right? And that's the last thing that goes.
Yeah.
So the vein, it's so we're kind of engineered the same way as a tree. You know, like a maple tree. You guys have maple
Isn't it
tree and
maple
probably
tree?
not.
Isn't it like every other tree?
No, no. Maple tree is like to make maple syrup. So like you drill a little hole on the side of the tree and
Put
you
a
get,
bucket below.
yeah, it's like maple water and then you boiled it and the end is like, well, you can make candy, you can make whatever, but like, you know, you boil it over for a long time and then you make syrup out of it.
Yeah.
But like the way, you know, because you gotta understand, like, say like a tree and you got, you know, it rains for example, and like the roots are taking the water. There's no pump in the tree, right? But for some reason, the water gets up all the way up to the leaves, to the whatever, right? And it doesn't matter like how high the tree is. So it's exactly the same thing. It has something with hydrophilus, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
So Gerald Pollack, he's the one that kind of discovered that. Well, maybe it was discovered before, right? But he kind of tapped into this.
There must be some kind of pump when you think about trees. Breathe. They breathe in oxygen, carbon dioxide, and breathe out oxygen. So there must be some sort of a pump like the breath. Just need to
Yeah,
go
so
deep
I
enough.
think it has something with like positive and negative charge.
Yeah. Breathing in, breathing out. Positive, negative, positive, negative. It's just on a different level. It's just like we need all our body parts to actually function.
Mm-hmm.
You can do without some of them, but it's not like you're running 100% then.
And yeah, in the heart, there's like valve, right? And it's almost like how do you call them? A dam for water. So it's
Oh,
a same principle, right? It filled up one side, and then the dam opened, and then it got pushed,
and then there is
and that's
a
how we
lift.
call the pump, but it's not a pump.
It's like an engine.
Kind of, yeah. But yeah, it's
Once it gets started, it'll just keep on running.
yeah, because it gets filled up on one side, and it drops on the other, and then like it gets filled up, drop, right?
Yep, and the space between creates a vacuum. You got two intakes valves and two outgoing valves, and the heart has the space within between. So it's the space between the blood that creates the flow. Because it goes like you said, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative.
Yeah, and then it goes in the vein, and then like it slows down in the capillaries, right? And now like it's almost like the way they explain it, it's like a garden hose that you fold and then you unfold, fold and unfold, fold and fold. I mean, it's not my alley.
Not mine either.
But it's really interesting that, you know, a lot of things
It's
that we
like
got
one of the
sold.
old trucks today.
Old truck? No, it's new, actually, brand new.
I can't hear the blinker on this one.
You can't hear it?
Nope,
Oh, what about now?
nope. It's not like it used to be.
Right, right. This one is just a beep, beep, beep,
Oh, that's why.
beep.
Beep, beep, don't go into the headphones.
Yeah, I guess not. I guess not.
Goes into the.
It goes in my ears though. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still amazed with these earphones, you know, how much they're blocking. Because it's loud here. And you guys only hear my voice. It's like amazing.
Yeah.
Except for the blinker.
Yeah, but not on this one.
Yeah, not even on this one. So, and I would have thought like, you know, especially when I'm talking and then like it's loud, then like it will pick that up. Nope, it doesn't.
No, the loudness isn't within the what 280 hertz to 300 and is it 55? That's the human speech. As long as it isn't within those hertz, it gets canceled out.
Mm. And it's kind of funny that it wasn't advertised as noise canceling, nothing like that, you know? And then I had other ones that were like, what, 4 times the price? And it says noise canceling, best thing ever. And then I was on this call, and then like I keep going on mute because like it's too loud.
Yeah, it's the commercial that cost 4 times the price, and then they're even worse than the others.
But it's very, very interesting that before I bought these one, like I mentioned in this call, I'd be like, oh, that would be nice if like on Zoom it would only like turn on when I'm talking. Like it would detect my voice and then like it will turn on so I can speak and then like it will go back on mute. And I think it
Yeah,
was the next day or a couple days after I bought these earphones and I didn't have to go through this.
you gave out the energy and the universe answered.
Yeah, yeah, manifestation.
And it didn't turn out like you thought it could.
Yeah,
Nope.
exactly.
Meaning it's like,
Yeah,
oh, Zoom needed to be the technology. No, it's
right.
in that like that's part of where we like it could be some attachment, it could be some like limitation, but it's like we think it goes this way, but if and it can lock us into exploring in a narrow band of the opportunity.
Yeah, it was my limited perspective. Be like, it's got to be Zoom.
Yeah,
It
right.
cannot be anything else. Right. And then like the universe showed me, nope. What about your earphones?
Yeah, and like and that's the sitting, like keeping the space of the intention open, right? The what you
Yeah.
want. It's like, oh, I want it this one. It's like, oh, however it can be, it's like I'm going to be on the lookout for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so natural, right? That it like as we talk about it, people are like like don't see the power of it.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, and
it's
we
like, is there a
neglect like these small manifestations.
yeah, yeah, like step over them.
Yeah, it's just like it's normal, right? Like it's just luck. Was it?
When we get really good with the little ones, right, is when we can have the big ones.
Yeah, but we trust the process, right?
Hmm. Or we go for the big ones, like what I see so often is go for the big ones and disappointed. So it's like, oh, that doesn't work.
So manifestation doesn't work, right?
Right, right.
That's
It's
our
like, oh,
conclusion, right?
mm-hmm,
Oh, it doesn't work.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's like, oh,
But you went for a
because,
big one, but you had doubts.
yep,
You had fear. Like Allison was talking about fear of failure, but fear also of success.
yep, yep. Uh, People hear that and dismiss it like it's like, oh, that can't be a thing. And
Hmm.
that doesn't even leave space to explore it. It is a thing, but it's a thing that you wouldn't think, like it shows up like you wouldn't think it would show up.
Yeah.
Often people think, am I good enough for this? Then you already,
Yep.
you questioned yourself.
Yeah. And there's
You
no
already
need
spell
to.
yourself. Yeah, you
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
spell yourself.
And like in manifestation, like that, you don't need to worry about that, right? It's like, yet we do. It's so much being not attached to the outcome. So it's like not attached to what you really want.
Hmm.
Going for it with no expectations.
Yeah, yeah, it's like, I
Well, how
mean,
can I go
why?
for something I don't want anything?
Right? It's like, why not? Right? It's like you either going to stay where you are or you're going to get that. It's like which one's going to work best?
Always for your highest good,
Right.
even though you don't see it at first sight.
Oh man. You really don't see it till you go through it, and then you can look back and say, "Oh, there it is."
Yeah.
And and sometimes it is when you see it, like you can say, "Oh, there it is." Sometimes it happens, but it's like everything comes in differently.
Yeah, but even if you see it, then it won't turn out exactly as you
Right,
expect it to.
right,
It will it will be like Pascal in the earphone.
right. I mean, and it's like what I'm like you said, Pascal, acknowledging the little ones.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was, this keeps coming up and I don't know why, but I want to speak to it. So it was like one morning I don't even remember asking the question, what time is it in my head, right? But it was like only as I looked back, I could be like, oh, it was so subtle that I asked, what time was it? because I was just walking out here and I got a flash of 58, right? It was like in my just boom, 58 was there, right? It was like, huh. And I instantly looked at the clock, right? 58. And I was like, wow, did I ask what time it was?
Mm,
Because when you're getting ready in the morning, right? You're like, oh, I wonder what time it is, right? You just know that there's a sense to it.
yeah.
It's like those are the patterns that are running underneath that so much of it we're unaware of. No, was it really that time or did I manifest that time? Was a fascinating question.
Yeah. No, exactly. Exactly.
Which would mean that we're manifesting time all the time then, which I really think we are manifesting our lives from the very moment of surviving. Like I think that's just so deep in us that there's no way we're going to see the edges of that to get around it and peel it back.
It's like I
Well,
told
it's
my
because
son.
it's most of the time it's not instantly, right? That's why we're like, oh well, I don't think I manifest that, right? So
Yeah, exactly. And
Like I told my son, when you're having a good time doing something, an hour will go by like, but when
yeah,
you're sitting down watching the clock go, it will be slower and slower and slower.
yeah.
So
sure is.
is time really working in different speeds as you manifest it?
Yeah, I don't think they should put like clock in the school.
Exactly.
It makes it so much longer.
That's why they're there. It's to torture the children.
Yeah, just put them on the clock, eh?
Yeah.
It's kind of to lock you in the matrix.
Yep.
But it gets you ready for 9 to 5.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But in the 9 to 5, there isn't a break every 1.5 hours or so. Oh, break
See,
time, 10-minute break.
I broke the matrix. I do 5:30 to 3.
There's not a country song about that one.
There's what?
There's not a country song about that time.
Yeah, yeah.
There's the possibility to make a new song about it.
Mm, yeah.
Maybe turn it into a rock song to make it go a little dun dun. I broke the matrix. Da, 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 da. Ooh.
I don't know. Someone told me like she was like, I don't wear a watch. Oh, I don't know if it was RJ or someone else, but it's like I don't wear a watch. I don't want to be cut in time and space. I really like that. But for me, like I don't know if I wear a watch, like the battery don't last. I don't know why, but they don't.
I don't wear one because it's annoying having one on the arm. And when you get one on the arm, you keep looking at the arm constantly. Hey, what time is it? What time is it?
Well, the funny thing for me, like I had it on my arm, but I keep pulling my cell phone.
Yeah.
Until I was like, yeah, it like it's just yeah, it's an exterior thing, right? Like, and like my wife bought me like a very expensive one for wedding anniversary, but yeah, it's just sitting in the in there.
Well, then you know where it is.
Yeah, but it's just not that important, right? It's like especially now we have all cell phones and stuff. I see enough of time, you know. Yeah, let's put a focus on looking for small manifestation today.
Mm.
With the intention to share them tomorrow.
Tomorrow I might not be there though,
Great.
because
Yeah, you can share it.
The next.
Share
Yeah,
next
okay.
Maybe a
time,
week.
right?
Sounds good.
Just it helps me remind myself, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And because we're more than one, it keeps us ourselves accountable. Well, you can be accountable for one, but it's just a bit easier
Yeah, I agree.
as a group.
Yep. Well, support and help and all those things that we can all use.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. What a great morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you as
You both have
well.
a
Have a
perfect
great
day.
day.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Love and hugs.
You too.